Many people approach their problems in life the complete wrong way. They approach it by either trying to ignore it completely, which is an obvious way of it being wrong, but they also, this is something a lot of people miss, they try to look at it from one perspective as opposed to the multiple perspective that it is. They treat it as a 2D object as opposed to a 3D object. If you're struggling with a consistent problem, this is what I challenge you to do. Take your problem, acknowledge it, first of all, and then turn it into a 3D object as opposed to the 2D object. Because when you're butting your head against the wall, it's a 2D object. You're just butting your head against the wall. But if you just took a step back, you looked at it from a different perspective, you'd be able to see the other, another point of view. You would be able to see the other side of the object. And if you just keep going around and around, looking at other perspectives, see the top, see the other side, you can see all the sides. And when you see all the sides, you can easily see your solution more often than not. Because maybe from your current perspective, this 2D, this 2D image, this flat image, you can't see the issue. You can't see the solution, right? But just look at the other side, you can see it. A great example are people who are fat bastards. And then, they have a family member that was also fat, die. And then they're like, oh, well, I got to get it together. And then they start losing weight. Realize the reason why they were able to actually start fixing their problems is because they looked at it from another perspective. Because before, they were looking at it like this, like, oh, well, I'm fat, who cares, blah, 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 blah. But when they had this experience, when they had their family member die, they were able to take a step back and then look at it from another perspective, look at it from this angle. Well, this angle is, well, my whole entire family was very sad that this person died from being fat. What if I caused my family to be like that as well? What if I die next? All these different perspectives. Now realize, this is the key point here. You don't want to be the person that has to have some tragic event happen in order for you to see the different perspective. Because really think about it. Okay? Really think about it. Pay attention. Those perspectives existed before this event happened. Okay? It was always this 3D object. This was always here. The idea of you dying from being really fat. That was always here. It's just that only when you went through this tragic event were you able to step back, turn around, and look at it at this perspective. So the challenge for you really is to see things before this tragic event happens. Don't need the tragic event. That's a better way of putting it. Be able to take a step back and look at it from another perspective. Because if you really think about it, it's not logical what happened. It was really an emotional response that triggered the step back. Be logical. Take the step back before. Have the gall. Have the nerve. Have the balls. Have the open mind to take a step back and see the other perspectives. That's how you solve problems. That's how you figure things out. This applies to everything in life.